Hello dear students, how are you? I hope you all are safe at home. Dear students, today I will teach you chapter 6 of geography. The name of the chapter is Elements of Weather and Climate Part 2. Right. In this chapter, what is spotlight? Atmospheric pressure, world's pressure and wind belt, causes of variations in atmospheric pressure on the earth's surface, precipitation and its type, different types of rainfall. Right. First of all, I will tell you about, we will study about air pressure. What is this? First of all, you will see this meter. This is barometer. Hai. What is barometer? It uses for, this is an instrument used for measuring pressure. It's called barometer. Which pressure? Pressure of air. So, what is air pressure? Air pressure refers to the pressure exerted by the weight of the air on Earth's surface. The instrument used for measuring pressure is barometer. Barometer you can see. At sea level, the normal atmospheric pressure is about 760 millimeters of mercury. It also varies from place to place and time to time and depends on factors like temperature of the air, density of the air, altitude of a place, moisture in the air, etc. The direction of movement of air is always from a region of high pressure to that of low pressure. Right. In general, low pressure leads to unsettled weather conditions and high pressure leads to settled weather conditions. Now about factors. These are the factors. For what factors are these? Factors affecting atmospheric pressure. Means how pressure change, means which factors affect pressure. So, first is changing temperature. As the atmospheric temperature increases, the pressure decreases, right, and vice versa. Air expands on heating and rise up, decreasing its density, and less dense air exerts low pressure on the surface. Cold air, on the other hand, is denser and heavier, so it exerts more pressure on the surface of the earth. As air cools, it descends, leading to high pressure at the surface. So, next factor is change in altitude. As we move from a place of lower altitude to that of higher altitude, pressure decreases. The air pressure is highest at the sea level due to its density, and as we go higher, the density of the air decreases, so does the pressure. Next is change in humidity. First of all, I will tell you what is humidity. In simple terms, humidity is wetness in the atmosphere. It is the actual amount of water vapor present in a given mass of air. In the instrument used to measure humidity is called a hygrometer. The more humid the air, more the chances of precipitation. The measurements of humidity are absolute humidity, relative humidity, right? We understand that air has a certain capacity to hold water vapor. Beyond this capacity, it will not be able to hold any water vapor and condensation occurs. When air contains maximum water vapor that it can hold, its relative humidity is 100% and the air is said to be saturated air. The temperature at which the air gets saturated is known as dew point. Right, student? Now about pressure belts of the world. Right, what are pressure belt? Right, what are pressure belt? Like heat zones you have read now. Like heat zones, the world is also divided roughly into 7 permanent pressure belts. They are equatorial low, the 2 subtropical highs, the 2 subpolar low and the 2 polars high. These zones are created due to atmospheric temperature and rotation of the earth. The 4 major pressure belts on the earth are, there are only 4 major. The equatorial low pressure belt, it extends from 5 degree north of the equatorial to 5 degree south of the equator. The subtropical high pressure belt, it lies at about 30 degree north and south to 35 degree north and south of the equator. The subpolar low belt, it lies at about 60 degree north and south to 65 degree north and south of the equator. The polar high belts, it lies at 90 degree north and south of the equator. Apart thermal, these all belts include. Now about other pressure belts are, right, you will read this. And now about wind. Okay, what are wind? When the change in temperature causes pressure difference and creation of high and low pressure area, it accompanies the flow of air from the region of high pressure to the region of low pressure. Right. This horizontal movement of air is known as wind, whereas the vertical movement of air is known as air current. Right. The direction of blow of wind determines its name. Thus, a western wind will be the one blowing from west, and eastern wind will blow from east. The instrument used to determine wind direction is called weather vane, while its speed is measured by anemometer. There are major 3 types of wind. Right, planetary winds are there. है ना? What are planetary winds? The planetary winds are basically the general permanent circulation of surface wind throughout the world. They blow from the high pressure belts to low pressure belt across the planet throughout the year in same direction. The 3 main types of planetary winds are trade winds, है ना, waterlines and polar winds, right? What are trade winds? In both the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, the trade winds blow from the subtropical high pressure belts to the equatorial low pressure belt. Their direction of blowing is from the northeast in the northern hemisphere and from the southeast in the southern hemisphere. In earlier time, these winds were helpful to sailing traders who depended on them for sailing the high seas. Hence, they are called trade winds, right? Then westerlines. What are westerlines? The westerlines blow from the subtropical high pressure belt towards the temperature low pressure belts. They blow from the northeast in the southern hemisphere and from the southwest in the northern hemisphere. They are much forceful and regular throughout the year. They bring much rainfall to the western coasts, right? Now next is polar winds. Polar winds, right? What are polar winds? Polar winds are dry and cold prevailing winds. They blow from the high pressure belt area of the north and south pole towards the low pressure area. Like trade winds, their direction of blowing is from northeast in the northern hemisphere and from southeast in the southern hemisphere, right? Now these are local winds. Lou, Fan, Chinook, Harmattan. What is Lou? The Lou is a strong, hot and dry summer afternoon wind. It originates in the large desert regions of the northwest Indian subcontinent and blows over the western Indo-Gangetic plains of North India and Pakistan. It gets very strong in the month of May and June, and owing to its high temperature, it may result in fatal heat stroke, right? Next is Chinook. What is Chinook? Chinook means the ice cutter. It is a dry wind and blows from Pacific northwest over the eastern slopes of the Rocky Mountains in western North America and Canada and USA in winter. Now Fan. What is Fan? Fan refers to a warm wind coming from the Alps. They are like Chinook, are also dry winds, right? Now cyclone is there, anticyclone is there, permanent trade wind I told, westerline I also told you, polar winds I also told you, periodic means periodic, we can say seasonal winds, seasonal monsoon wind, mountain valley winds, seasonal winds, water seasonal winds. One more is there here, Harmattan. About this also I am telling. It is also hot, dry and dusty northern easterly trade wind that blows from the Sahara desert over the western African coast. The blowing of Harmattan is an area result in low humidity, dust storms and may prevent rainfall by dispelling cloud cover. Now periodic wind or seasonal wind. What is this? As the name suggests, seasonal wind are the winds that blows only during certain seasons or periods, right? Also seasonal winds happens in a much more vast area and change their direction seasonally. The seasonal wind blows in a particular direction during a particular period of the day, for instance sea breeze and land breeze, and they may blow during a particular period of the year, for instance, monsoon wind, mountain and valley breeze, etc. Right? Now about precipitation. What is precipitation? Precipitation is a water released from clouds in the form of rain, snow, etc. For precipitation to occur, first tiny water droplets must condense on dust, fine particles, etc. Further, condensation grows when more and more water droplets join together to form cloud. Right? After a certain point, these droplets or clouds become too heavy to stay afloat and they start falling back to the surface of the ground in the form of rain, snow, hail, sleet and dew. This is called as precipitation. Right. Rainfall is the most common form of precipitation. It is falling, it is water falling in drops from vapor condensed in the atmosphere. The instrument used to measure rainfall is called a rain gauge. Rainfall can be of 3 types. How many types? Convectional rain. Right. Convectional rainfall is very common in areas where the ground is heated by the sun, such as the tropical region. That is why those areas experience heavy rainfall, mostly in afternoons. During the day, the surface on the earth is heated by the sun. The earth radiates back the heat which heats the air above the surface of the earth. The hot air rises up and its place is taken by the cold air, which subsequently gets heated up too. As this rises, it also begins to cool and condense at the same time. Further rising and cooling results in a large amount of condensation, which eventually results in rainfall. It is sudden, heavy and often accompanied by possible thunder and lightning. Right, and mostly occurs in the afternoon. Now about relief rain. Relief rain. What is relief rainfall? Relief rainfall is also known as orographic rainfall. It occurs when air has been blown over the sea and is then forced to rise over an area of high land like mountains and hills. The air continues to rise upwards and the condenses. Right? It drops this moisture over the mountains and hills as relief rain. Gradually, the relief rain occurs on the windward side of the mountain as the air rises and crosses the top of the mountain. Right? It loses its moisture and becomes dry. Thus, the other side of the mountain, like the leeward side, receives very little rainfall and is also known as rain shadow region. Now about cyclone rain. What is cyclonic rain? Cyclonic rain is also known as frontal rainfall. It occurs when a warm air mass and a cold air mass meet. The warm air is lighter and less dense as compared to the cold air mass. This enables the warm air mass to rise over the cold air mass. Warm air rises, it begins to coolant starts condensing. As the condensation take place is eventually result in rain. It may be moderate or heavy rainfall. So after this, tornado and cyclone. Dear students, what you will do? Tornado and cyclone, two these topics I am giving to you. You will write these, you will read these, and you will write these in your words in the notebook, right? And a case study is also there, that also you will read properly and write in your words in your notebook, right students? So this chapter is over, and worksheet is also there, question answer is there, solutions is there with this. Okay, do that neat and clean in your notebook. Stay home, stay safe.